45th City Council District. His issues are affordable housing, police accountability, and integration of schools and housing in New York City, the most segregated city in America. So Anthony Bedford, please come up and let people know what you think.
Hello everybody, as Howie said, I'm Anthony Bedford. I'm glad to be here, glad to see that Howie's running for president. You know, that's something that we definitely need. I'm the last person in my community that people would think was a green. And so one of the things with my ideas is the fact of I run to wherever the people's mindsets and demands are. And when I became a green a few years ago, one of the things that attracted me was the platform. So within my community, I started educating them about, what the Green Party was about, about the difference between the Green Party, Democrats, and Republicans. Because in our communities, we're only taught about the two-party system. We don't know anything about a third party. We don't know anything about independent candidates, anything of that nature. We were just taught what the system tells us. So what I decided to do is, take it and become a greater voice within the community that a lot of people depend on two things: misinformation and lack of information, and provide information to them, provide them with the tools for them to have access to. Now, in regards to, schooling, I've been an advocate for schools since I was 12 years old. That was my first run at advocacy when I helped stop the rezoning of our school district and school district 18, where they were planning to take away funding from our schools and to segregate our schools even more. That was the age of 12. I was happy, I was happy to stop that at that time. Now I'm a 37-year-old city council candidate. Thank you. I'm a 37-year-old city council candidate, and I'm bringing more fire to this fight that we have, because everything that I stopped then has now continued and escalated. Now imagine that's what, 25 years now. So imagine the fact that people are telling you that you cannot do it in such a short period of time because, the legislations and those who are in assembly, those who are in Senate, those who are in city council. But the only way we're gonna be able to do it is have candidates in there that are willing to take the courage litmus test and pass it. To say enough is enough. We need to make sure that we provide housing for our communities. We need to make sure we provide proper, adequate education for the children, but then also be able to provide access to this education and the housing as well. They tell us affordable housing and they use that language very loosely when nothing's affordable about it. And all of these things are connected together when it comes to housing, when it comes to education. Because when you look at who is being displaced, when you look at where the lack of education and funding for education comes to, you actually see who the targets are. And I'm here to say, well, if you're gonna target us, we're gonna fight back. We're gonna tooth and nail to make sure that we put this in motion. Because enough is enough. We've had lip service for years, whether it was presidential candidates before us, whether it was, city council members, whether it was the mayor, the governor, we've had nothing but lip service. And it's time for somebody to get into their house and say, we're gonna dismantle this foundation that you have built upon the people's back and kept the pressure upon them, and we're gonna put pressure upon you. We're gonna kick in your doors to make sure you understand that we are no longer gonna stand still. We're gonna bring the fight straight to you, and you better be prepared because we are not backing down, none whatsoever. New York State's public schools are owed over $4 billion. New York City schools are owed over $1.4 billion. Now imagine if that funding was put into the schools the proper way. Imagine the fact that we'll have free summer programs, we'll have free after school programs, we'll have more STEAM and STEM programs, children be able to learn about coding more often, children will also be able to have what's called financial literacy training and bring back the vocational training in the schools. This is something that goes from pre-K all the way up to higher learning. And this was something that needs to happen. And we're gonna make sure it happens. With my run, and you see, matter of fact, the district I'm running for is what now our public advocate, Giovanni Williams, he was the city council member of that district. Now there was an open seat. I tried to run for the special election. Shady business and politics, of course. They don't like those with a voice and those with the courage to come in. So I said, okay, it's all right. Because I was happy I got to step out for that moment. Because then I got to actually reanalyze what I'm bringing to the table for the people. But then also I got to see what is it that everybody else is trying to falsely promise to people. And I saw the deals that were being cut behind our back. I saw Democrats making deals with Republicans to get out a vote. I saw Republicans willing to make deals with other Democrats to get got to vote. But nobody was saying, what deal can we make for the people to actually make sure that what we vote for represents who the people want? So come November 5th, when I'm running for the general election for city council as a green, we're gonna make sure we put it out there as a green. We are going to make sure we take back not only the district, but we're going to take back the city, and we're going to make sure we help Howie to take back the country. Thank you.
Thank you.